to send strong signals to militants and other anti-national elements. The meeting also reviewed the implications of the state government's policies and plans to resettle Kashmiri Hindus. The meeting was attended, among others, by Defence Minister George Fernandes, External Affairs Minister Yashwant Sinha, Jammu and Kashmir Governor G.C. Saxena, Chief Minister Mufti Muhammad Saeed, Army Chief General N.C. Vij, State DGP A.K. Suri, and top Army and intelligence officers.
The latest from Iraq, the United States is sending thousands of additional troops to help its marines secure the southern town of Nasiriyah. The stiff Iraqi resistance in the town has slowed down supply lines to the troops advancing towards Baghdad. Elsewhere in the city of Basra, British forces have taken over an Iraqi stronghold and uncovered large ammunition dump. Meanwhile, Baghdad continues to be bombed by the coalition forces. The bombing has set off a fierce fire in the nation's information ministry building, located in the heart of the capital.
The coalition forces have stepped up their bombardment of the Iraqi capital of Baghdad. Heavy bombing shook many parts of the city as Iraq anti-aircraft fire lit up the sky in the early hours of Monday. Firefighters have been trying to extinguish a fierce blaze which has broken out in the building which houses the country's information ministry. The fire was reportedly threatening to spread to a neighboring shopping center. US officials have also claimed that one of Saddam Hussein's presidential palaces and several surface-to-air missile complexes have been hit by American satellite-guided missiles. In the south, British troops have uncovered a large ammunition dump on the outskirts of Basra. The dump, located in a series of rundown buildings, contained enough shells to supply a squadron of tanks and countless artillery guns. The coalition troops have surrounded the city but have not been able to enter it due to stiff Iraqi resistance. Meanwhile, in Washington, U.S. Secretary of State Colin Powell has reiterated the Bush administration's determination to overthrow Saddam Hussein's regime. Powell said Saddam Hussein has been given enough time to comply with UN disarmament resolutions. He also praised U.S. President George Bush and several other international leaders for carrying out the current military operation.
So we warned him, and we built up a massive military force on the borders to show at this time the international community meant business. But Hussein spurned that final chance. And after 12 years of Iraqi defiance and deception, we could wait no longer. He did not comply. He did not cooperate. And the issue was compliance, not more time for inspections or more inspectors. And we should be so proud tonight that there were brave and bold leaders such as George Bush and Tony Blair and President Aznar and Prime Minister Berlusconi.
The U.S. Secretary of State was addressing the annual conference of the American-Israel Public Affairs Committee. The committee is one of the most powerful U.S. Jewish lobby groups in Washington.
In Tamil Nadu, I.K. Govind assumes charge as Director General of Police. And new exim policy unveiled, fresh thrust to services sector and agro exports.
back in more news. I.K. Govind has taken over as the new Director General of Police of Tamil Nadu following his predecessor R. Rajagopalan attaining superannuation. Prior to this, 57-year-old I.K. Govind was the Chairman and Managing Director of the Tamil Nadu Police Housing Corporation. Rajagopalan, who retired after 40 years of service, was appointed as DGP during the previous DMK regime. Rajagopalan had a short stint as Director of National Security Guards before being brought back to Tamil Nadu. Tamil Nadu Chief Minister J. Jayalalitha told members of the Assembly that of the 8 cases filed under Porta in the state, charges have been framed in 4 cases. She pointed out that the cases are under the jurisdiction of the Special Court and the state government has no role to play in this, especially after the filing of charge sheets.
Intervening in the budget debate in the State Assembly, Chief Minister Jayalalitha told members that the union government has enacted Porta to curb terrorist activities. She said the state government has registered 8 cases under Porta and arrested 42 persons. She explained that except one accused who has been enlarged on bail, the remaining 41 are in judicial custody and the Porta Special Court is trying the cases. She said of the 8 cases, charge sheets have been filed in 4 cases.
குற்றப்பத்திரிகை